I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More.
You
No.
Podcast.
Today I want to discuss identifying your health perception, shared in Dr. Phil's book, Real Life. Your health perception is what you attribute your level of health to, and it's a mindset that has to do with your expectations and beliefs about what creates, controls, and influences your health. Your health goes beyond your mental and physical well-being, and the way that you perceive your health highly dictates your health. And with this being said, I want to go through an assessment in Dr. Phil's book, Real Life, to help understand your health perception. So it's a series of 15 statements regarding how you perceive your health that you should rank between a 1 and 10. A 1 equals no confidence, and a 10 equals maximum confidence. And the number you select should indicate how much confidence or trust you'd place in each of the resources mentioned. So I'm now going to go through the statements. Number 1, my willingness to follow a good nutritional program in order to maximize my body's healing abilities. Number 2, my willingness to exercise my body in order to reach maximum recovery. Number 3, my belief in my ability to use focusing techniques to accomplish my goals in health. Then number 4, my belief in my ability to calm my stress issues and use that energy to succeed in my physical healing. After that, number 5 is my belief in my inner strength to heal my body. Next, my belief that my doctor will heal me. Then number 7 is my belief in medicines to heal my body and mind. Number 8 is then my belief that if I follow all the instructions given to me by my healthcare professional, I will be healed. Next, my belief in the concept that if I have faith in my religious symbols or teaching, I will be healed by the spiritual power. Then 10 is my belief in the healing power of my friends and family being crucial to healing my body and mind. After that, 11 is my belief that health and healing are a matter of fate and nothing changes that result. 12th is my belief that when I get sick or become disabled, it's purely a random event over which I have no control. After that, 13th is my belief that regardless of what I do, I can't affect how I will die or how sick I'll get. 14 is my belief that one's genetic makeup determines one's future, regardless of what else may happen. And finally, 15 is my belief that we have little control over whether or not we get a disease or die. And now that we've gone through the 15 statements, I now want to explain how to score the examination. Add your ratings up for 1 through 5. If you scored between a 5 and 30, you have low confidence in your self-direction. If you scored between a 31 and 40, you have average confidence in your self-direction. If you scored between a 41 and 45, you have high confidence in your self-direction. And lastly, if you scored between a 46 and 50, you have very high confidence in your self-direction. From here, add up your ratings for items 6 through 10. If you scored between 5 and 20, you have low confidence in others as healing agents. If you scored between a 21 and 30, you have average confidence in others as healing agents. If you scored between a 31 and 40, you have high confidence in others as healing agents. And lastly, if you scored between a 41 and 50, you have very high confidence in others as healing agents. And lastly, add up your ratings for 11 through 15. If you scored between a 5 and 25, you have low confidence in random health actions. If you scored between a 26 and 37, you have average confidence in random health actions. If you scored between a 38 and 42, you have high confidence in random health actions. And lastly, if you scored between a 43 and 50, you have very high confidence in random health actions. And each of these scores tells you something about your internal health perception, your external health perception, and your chance health perception. If you scored high or very high on health self-confidence, you may believe that you can make a difference in your own health by your own choices and behaviors. And what's important to understand is that the more mentally healthy you are, the better the chance that you can maintain or return to optimal physical health. Now, if you have a high or average score in external health perception, you may be highly dependent on other people or influences in your life to get you out of a health crisis. And you may believe that any positive results comes from somebody else or something outside of yourself. And if you had a low score, you may not believe in anyone's approach and usually take no action because you might not be convinced of the chances for any success. And finally, if you scored high in chance perception, you tend to believe in fate and may feel that your health or that a loved one's health is just a roll of the dice. And you probably have little or no belief in yourself or anything else. And it's important to note that there's no real upside to a high score on chance, because these scores are consistently correlated to bad outcomes regardless of the disease or situation. But there's a positive to low scores. The more you're probably saying to yourself that there must be a health formula for you personally, and that it's your job to get better. You must not only be aware of your health perception, but work to have a healthy health perception, and this is because it dictates your overall health, both mentally and physically. And in order to craft a life of significance, you must be able to maintain proper health.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More.
You
No.
Podcast.